Hello everyone, I'm back and I'm sitting in the woods again. I'm sitting in a different place in the woods actually, just up above our house. The nature of our land is that it slopes up quite steeply, and just behind you, if you were to turn around and look behind you, is the roof of our house. In fact, I'll turn my camera around so you can see. There you go. There's the roof of our house. It's looking very mossy. And we've got some, there's the brick chimney you can see in the far distance, which is connected to our Rayburn. So we use that for cooking and heating. And then this chimney closest to us, made of metal, is the one that we had put in. It would have been just a year ago we had that put in. And that's connected to a wood burner in our living room. And you can see in the distance there, the village. So I'll turn you back round again, the woods instead. So I'm sitting in the woods because I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I'm very sorry to disappoint that I still don't have the plying video, the plying of the yarn with the drop spindles. So massive apologies. It is on its way, I promise. We've had a really, really difficult couple of weeks here in the woods. First of all, me and Emmy got really ill. We were really poorly with just some kind of virus that caught up with us in the midst of a very intense period of Christmas markets that I was doing. So came out of that quite exhausted and quite poorly. I'm going to put some footage in here actually of the Christmas markets because they were really lovely. I really enjoyed it, and thank you to everyone who came and stopped by my stall. I had lots of people come and say that they were catching up with me and coming to meet me, and I was just so blown away by that. I was really happy to hear and happy to meet everybody. It was a really lovely experience to just chat with everyone, and yeah, it was lovely. So I'll put some footage in here so you can see the Christmas markets. I didn't take masses of footage because I wanted to be in the experience of being there in person and not filming it. But I just took a little bit kind of before the market opened of my setup and things like that. I work full time, so I can't. And the other thing that we've had going on, apart from all the Christmas markets and the poorliness, we had a massive storm hit us here in Wales. You may or may not have heard about it on the news. It was the most severe storm that we've ever experienced here, and that a lot of people who have lived here for decades have ever experienced. It was really quite a powerful storm with very, very high winds. In some places in Wales they were reaching up to 90 miles an hour, I heard. And I think what caused a lot of problems for people, including us, was that the wind was coming from a different direction that we're used to. Our wind here is usually from the south. Was coming from the north. And so a lot of the trees were not used to having that kind of a high velocity of wind coming at them from that direction. And there was widespread damage all over Wales, certainly around my area here and north of here where my mum lives. And it was quite devastating. People had a lot of damage to their properties, a lot of trees down, and widespread power outages. We've been without power for 5 days now. It's just come back online, so very grateful to have it back. 5 days is quite a long time to go without power, as you may know if you've experienced that. I've generally felt that we're quite resilient as a family, but five days of power outage did test us a little, I have to admit. And to be honest, the main thing that we found was our freezers. We've got freezers full of food, which we have harvested and gathered over the autumn. So we were just very careful not to open them, and thankfully everything has survived, thank goodness. But that was just such a worry. And secondly, communication, to let people know that we were okay and to check on friends and family who were affected. That has been a really interesting point, for us to consider how to move forward with that, to be more resilient in that area of our lives. But in terms of like heating and cooking and hot water, we were able to cope with all of that through from our wood burners, boiling water on the top of the stoves. We coped with that okay. Obviously modern conveniences make everything easier, but we came through it, we survived it. Lots of trees down though in the woods. Me and Emmy have just walked, Emmy's my daughter, we've just walked the tree line at the top, which is where the wind was coming from, was the top of the hill here. And we've just kind of noticed all of the trees that are down now. And I'll just put a little bit of footage in here again now of some of the trees that have come down. Some of them are really quite big. So yeah, so as I was saying, those trees, you know, they've come down in those high winds. A lot of the wood will leave because we really value, as you can see here behind me, we really value leaving wood in the forest. It adds to the biodiversity of the wildlife here and the plant life here to keep an amount of dead wood in the forest. But there is also a proportion of it that we'll remove for firewood as well. We do rely on firewood in the house, and it's always preferable to take from a tree that's fallen naturally to cutting a tree down. Yeah, just feels better that way. And so yeah, we'll divide those trees up and leave a proportion of them. There's an aeroplane going over. Sorry about the noise. There's been quite a lot of aircraft going over. I think they're checking all the electric lines and just checking on the damage all over the country. So that's all this video is. I'm sorry it's not more exciting. I just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on for us here in the woods, and just to reassure everyone that I haven't disappeared off the face of the planet. I am here. I've just been completely off of power. I had no battery on my phone, I had no internet, so I've been off of YouTube, I've been off of Instagram, I've been off of Patreon. I've not even been able to film anything. It's been really frustrating, but we're back online now, and I just wanted to pop in with a little video just to update you on what's going on, and to assure you that there's more content coming. But for now, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope everybody who experienced the storm here in Wales and parts of England, I hope you're all okay, and I'm just thinking of everybody who's been affected, and I'll be back soon. Thanks very much for bearing with me. Bye now.